All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 9 to 5ers channel. Welcome back to another transfer glitch video. Today we're going to be doing Clemson as our team, and we're going to be seeing what players can Clemson get. Who will be the most exciting players that we can get to come to the University of Clemson. So I'm going to show you some stuff of what I do that's a little bit new um, to how do I can get the best players possible. First of all, what you're going to want to do is you're going to end up wanting to go to Coach Dabo Sweeney. You want to use him as the existing coach because he's already got a good recruiting package. And you just want to dump all your points into his recruiting. Keep making it better. Go 4-4 on the elite recruiter and go 3-4 on the regular recruiter. And then for what I'm going to do for this first season to show you guys, I'm going to go through here and just force wins for Clemson. I want them to go undefeated. So then their caliber can go from this 4.5 up to a 5-star. So by making them go undefeated in the regular season and then going undefeated during the playoffs and winning a national championship, it's going to boost the interest of people in the transfer portal that you throw in there that you want to get. So we'll make them go 12-0, and then we'll pause right here, and then I'll show you what I do with my coordinators. Okay, guys, we're back. So we went 12-0, as you guys can see in the top left corner. So now we're at the managed stage. We're at championship week. And so conference championship week. So what I like to do now is I want to go to managed staff and look at my existing coaches, my offense coordinator and my defensive coordinator. I want to see what does their recruiting packages look like. Not really a whole lot. Our defensive coordinator, though, he is in a elite recruiter, but he doesn't have a whole lot of points, and it's not like we can spend points on him to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up firing both of these guys. Basically, we're going to end up going and hiring new coordinators that are existing head coaches that are higher level XP that have more of these recruiting packages unlocked. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to pause it right here, and then we're going to advance to the next week and keep forcing the wins right here. So we're going to keep going to our team schedule. We're going to go right here. And as each week, as we keep going forward now, we just want to keep forcing wins for Clemson until they win the national championship. But we're going to end up hiring our coach along the way. All right, guys, so we went one more week. We're now 13-0, and we're at bowl week 1 of 4. So now what we're doing is we're going to be going into higher staff, and we're going to be looking for these head coaches, basically. And Brent Keys, you see some of these guys, we're looking for the guys that have the most recruiting. Trying to get into that second part of that recruiting, web. And that's what we really want to go for. The guys that are higher level, usually into that recruiting archetype, they're going to have a lot more of these things unlocked. So you want to try to get your coach as quick as you can. I didn't see anything that just kind of jumped up off the board off of me on offensive coordinator, so we'll wait a week. You want to try to get them as quick as you can and not wait too long. But sometimes in week 4, if you take a chance, there are some guys that are just all into, like, they'll be like this guy right here, Glenn Ignew, where he is leaning heavily into recruiter, and typically they have pretty good packages. Unfortunately, we can't see what they have, but for him, I'm going to go ahead and hire him. I'm going to offer this coach. The offensive coordinator, I'm going to wait another week. So we offered him here, and then we'll pause right here, and I'll show you guys next week. All right, guys, we're back. I already went ahead and forced my win for the week. Now I'm back on this hunting trail, trying to find who is our offensive coordinator. Looking for someone that's deep into recruiter. And sometimes you guys aren't going to remember these guys like I'm not right now. So I have to go back through and just check each one of them to make sure and see how much recruiting they've got. PJ Fleck, we know him because he's a pretty known head coach, as well as Tony Elliott. Don't love any of these guys, so we'll wait another week and we'll see what happens next week. Okay, guys, we're back at week 3 of 4 now of the week of the bowl season. We want to try to get this hire done this week. Otherwise, at this point, anything past it, it will just auto hire somebody for you. So we're now, we're at the very end of our rope. We've got to get somebody that has the best amount. And sometimes you'll find a little gem back here at week 3 or 4. We typically would like to get this done a lot sooner. But, Kendall Browse or Greg Parker, Gerald Parker, we may just have to end up seeing Wheeler, whoever's the furthest into recruiter. That's who we're going to end up going for. And it looks like it's going to be Looks like it's going to be our last two guys. I think it's Gerald Parker. He was almost at 2. Yeah, we're going to have to go with Gerald Parker. We are going to have to just be a take on this. He's not one that I love right here, but we'll pause it right here. We'll go undefeated, and we'll just go straight into the transfer portal. Okay, I just want to show you guys we went undefeated, 16-0. Did everything we wanted to. We're going back now with the member screen. We're going to create a character. Let's go ahead and pick Alabama. If we can get like Ryan Williams or someone. We're gonna choose the existing coach. We're gonna sign the contract. Now we've got this encourage transfer portal, the second one to show up. Now we're just gonna start chunking a bunch of players in there. Really, we can chunk juniors, seniors. It doesn't matter. We just want to see what are some of the best players that we covered. Damani Jackson, things of that nature. Just trying to stay all 90s and above. And then what you can do here is you can go to the transfer portal, go over, and then you can look, see if some of these guys are going to end up getting interested in Clemson. He's number 1 Clemson. Ryan Williams is number 1 Clemson. Aiden Proctor is number 1 Clemson. Overton, he's got Clemson on there. So, I mean, we're looking at, states-wise, some of these guys from Texas, look like they want to go. Alabama, they'll go. We'll try like Jeremiah Smith too. And then just so you can kind of see this really quick, and then I'm going to fill it up and show you some of the best players that you can end up getting with Clemson. I always try to do the same top ones to show you guys if they're available at certain schools or not, because I know you guys want like the Jeremiah Smiths, you want Jeremiah Loves. And so it's always the number 1 team to do this with always is Ohio State. For some reason, these guys just all want to end up going. But we want to see if can we get Caleb Downs? Can we get Claire right here? Can we get Sonny Styles? Can we end up getting the corner? Even Cardell Tate? And then what we want to do is go check, start looking at the transfer portal again. And is Clemson starting to fill up with a bunch of guys? That's what we want. So Jeremiah Smith doesn't want to go to Clemson, probably because of that Florida. Now, it's just based off of probability too. You can probably check it out and get it to, change again if you keep doing it. But like Caleb Downs, he's from Georgia. Georgia seems to be like a pretty good spot for you to start targeting people, try to get all the Georgia players. Ohio seems to be a pretty good one too. So there's a lot of guys at Ohio that want to go to Clemson. So we just got to try, Texas like is a pretty good one. So we'll go to the University of Texas really quick. I'm going to pause right here, add a bunch of guys in and show you who are the best of the best you can for this transfer glitch video. All right, guys, we're back. We finally filled up the transfer portal. So you know the deal. What we do now. So a bunch of people in here. We're just gonna try to see who the best of the best is. So we can get Lenore Sellers and Bryce Underwood to come to Clemson. That's crazy having those 2 quarterbacks. We can get Katrin Allen, Mark Fletcher, Nate Frazier, Justice Hayes, Singleton. I mean, you can pretty much pick who you want at running back and quarterback. Wide receiver, then get Aaron Anderson, Deception, Vontae Ross. Make sure we sort by all the stars and stuff too. Ryan Williams. So I mean, this is Evan Stewart, Cordell Tate, Moore Jr. I mean, you're looking. There's a lot of talent here at wide receiver, just as well as there is at running back too. I mean, running back is pretty juiced up for them. Quarterback is pretty juiced up for them as well. I'm surprised that it doesn't have anyone listed as a 5-star for them. Caden Perry, then that's some of these are pretty good players to get. Tight end wise, they can go and get Claire. So that's a crazy tight end. 2 5-star tackles if they wanted them. They can go get Roberts. They can go get good guards. I mean, this team is Jake Slaughter. They can't get Colin Simmons, but they can get Dylan Stewart and Keldrick Falk, which is, I mean, these guys are some of the best players in the country. I mean, this is just insane, actually. An insane transfer portal for Clemson. I think that's maybe one of the best ones I've seen. Pretty much just adding 2 of 2 on all of them. Showing you guys some of the best players. They can get Anthony Hill Jr. and Allen at linebacker. Corner, they can get the best one, Leonard Moore, Holloway. You know, they can add 3 or 4 corners. They can get Caleb Downs and KJ Bolden. That's ridiculous in its own right. I mean, this is an insane transfer portal. This would be a lot of fun. So if you guys want to see this one played out, let me know down below. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go offer scholarships to everybody. Hopefully, we can put as much points as we can on these guys and haul about every single one of these dudes in. We're not going to go 3 running backs. Wide receiver, I mean, we'll end up having to make a call. I mean, this is a pretty good receiving core. Cardell Tate. I'd probably have to drop Anderson for that. Go get 4 wide receivers to go with Bryce Underwood and Lenore Sellers. But yeah, so pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to go offer scholarships, get them all ready, and I will go to the very end and show you guys who we ended up getting. All right, guys, we're back. We finally got that done, and we finished with the number 2 class, which is pretty crazy to think that that was the number 2 class. But we pretty much got everybody. Quarterback, we got Sellers coming in and Bryce Underwood, so that's going to be insanely. That's going to be an insanely good combo coming in with Mark Fletcher and Nate Frazier at running backs, and then wide receivers we're going to have Devontae Ross, Ryan Williams, Evan Stewart, and Carnell Tate. That's going to be crazy. Max Clare at tight end. We ended up signing 2 5-star tackles, Caden Proctor and Francis Muaga. Roberts and Ba for guards, and then center we got Jake Slaughter, Dylan Stewart, and Keldrick Falk. So 2 5-star ends. So crazy defensively. D tackles. Dane Durant highlights that. Linebackers, we got Anthony Hill Jr., the 5-star, and CJ Allen. We added the best corner in the game, Leonard Moore, as well as Tayon Holiday, but we added 2 of the best safeties in the game as far as speed and everything. Caleb Downs and KJ Bolden, as well as another safety with Dylan Billman. So yeah, these guys, this is a crazy class. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. If you want to see me play this season out, let me know. Let me get some likes and comment that you want me to play it out, and I'll play this team out and see if we can win a national championship with it. Happens. But yeah, until then, Oregon videos coming next, and then we'll put a poll up and see what team you guys want to see next. See you guys in the next video.